Good evening. And thank you. My name is Sirdeaner Walker, and my son, Carl Joseph Walker-Hoover, was one of the boys in the film you just saw. Carl was a beautiful, loving child. He liked to play football and video games. He liked spending time with his little brother, and 6 months ago, he hanged himself in our house while I was making dinner. He was 11 years old. What could make a child his age despair so much that he would take his own life? That question haunts me to this day, and I will probably never know the answer. What we do know is that my son was being bullied relentlessly at school. Other kids were pushing him around and calling him names, saying he acted gay and calling him faggot. When I learned of this, I went straight to the school to inform them that and demand that they do something. Instead, they told me it was just ordinary social interaction, that it would work itself out. I desperately wish they had been right. But like the vast majority of our schools in this country, they just didn't know how to deal with the bullying situation. They simply didn't have the policies or the training to make it better, and the problem just got worse. After Carl died, I was devastated. I wanted desperately to do something to make sure his death hadn't been in vain. But I didn't know where to start, and I wasn't sure that anyone really cared. So I can't tell you what it meant to me and my family when only days after Carl died, I received a FedEx envelope that contained a letter from Eliza Byard and GLSEN. It was the first letter I'd received, and it was such a comfort to hear that I was not alone and that other families had gone through this. But I have to admit, I was also a little nervous. My son Carl didn't identify as gay or straight. He was still a child, so I really didn't know what to expect. But I trusted my intuition, and it told me that GLSEN could help me and my family. I will never forget when I met Eliza on the day of silence at Springfield College, just a short time after Carl's funeral. It was the start of a personal journey I never dreamed I'd take. That day, I met young people who had been bullied and kids who had once been bullies themselves. I met kids of every kind of background and outlook, to say nothing of a fashion sense. As we sat together and told our stories, I was truly amazed by how brave they were and how much common ground we shared. Believe it or not, that day would have been Carl's 12th birthday on April 17th. And then in June, at an event just like this, GLSEN Respect Awards in New York, I met and spoke to executives, successful men and women who told me about their pain they suffered being bullied when they were young. And looking into their eyes, I could see the child inside, my child, who had to endure that torment. And it opened my mind, and it made me even more determined to fight this battle alongside them. GLSEN has shown me ways that I could truly make a difference. Because of GLSEN, I have had the opportunity to share my story and raise awareness about bullying. I have testified on Capitol Hill and urged the United States Congress to take action. I believe in my heart that it is up to all of us to fix this problem, because bullying isn't a gay issue or a straight issue. It's about safety. It's a safety issue. It's about what kind of learning environment we want our children. It's about what kind of society we want to live in, and what a world that we want to teach our children. That is really what GLSEN is all about. So I am truly proud and deeply honored to be here tonight and to introduce to you a woman who has meant so much to me and my family, and who is doing so much to help children like my son Carl. Ladies and gentlemen, a passionate advocate and fellow mother who reached out to me in my time of need, the executive director of GLSEN and my personal friend, Eliza Byard.